Hello, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. I'm super excited to be here this very day. Just as you know, it's our investors meeting, and also uh, it has to do with every of our clients. So it's a town hall meeting today, and it promises to be super, 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 super excited. So if you are here and you are here alone, it means that you are wrong. If you are here alone, it means that you are wrong. My name is Tonya Juboye, and I'm proud to be part of Gvest. And today we have a whole lot to dish out to you. So if you are here alone, you are wrong. So tell your friend, tell your colleague, share this link to as many persons that you can. Tell them that something good is happening in town. Tell them that something good is happening currently. It's somewhere that you definitely learn, unlearn, and also earn. So if you are here and you are here alone, you are definitely wrong. So ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to GVest investors meeting. It is our town hall meeting, the first of its kind in 2025. But definitely there will be more of these to come. So if you are excited to be in this meeting, why not drop your location where you are joining from, your name, your location where you are joining from. Give us a thumbs up if you can hear me. Give us that fire emoji. I want to see the energy in the house. I want to know that we don't have inorganic people in the house. So if we have organic people in the house, do well to send those fire emojis. Do well to send in those names or locations of where you are joining from. And those informations coming in. So please let those information keep coming in. Let them keep coming in. I can see, yes, I can see Victor Oguya. That's the energy. That's the energy we want. That's the energy we want. So I can see our numbers are also increasing. Online, it's also increasing. So let's keep those energy coming in. So today it's definitely a bombshell and straight to the point. So I wouldn't take much of your time. IT, please kindly put up the slide so I can dive into what we have today. Okay, so we have Bola from Calgary here. Wow, Bola, you are welcome. You are welcome. I'm Tony Ajiboye and I'm joining you from Lagos, Nigeria. I want to see more persons in the house. Kindly do well to drop the location, your name, where you're joining from. And as you are dropping your location, also do well to inform your friend of what GVest is having today. So we are having a town hall that is different from Bala Blue. Yeah. So I can see Victor coming in. That's the energy. That's the energy. So IT, please do well to put up the slide and we go. Yes, so you're welcome to Gvest Investment Limited. So today we'll be doing a grand unveiling of our MD in the house. I know somebody's excited to hear of our new MD in the house, the person of Mr. Farouq Usman. Yes, so I'm so super excited to introduce our MD, Mr. Farouq Usman. He's a very phenomenal person in person. When you meet him, anywhere you meet him, bill him. He has so much money. He has so much money. Bill him. It's on me. So Mr. Farouq Usman is the global head of communication and the head of GTEX Media. It is that GTEX Media under GTEX Holdings, a multinational conglomerate with interest in real estate, agriculture, also in technology. So he has a background in mechanical engineering and has certificate in marketing communication from Metropolitan University of United Kingdom. He's also into media and leadership. He's responsible for shaping the public image of GTEX Holdings. So whenever you see Mr. Farouq Usman, know that He's someone that is bringing the organization to the forefront. So he's known for his innovative thinking, strong business acumen, and ability to align communication with measurable business goals. So he has led several successful marketing and PR initiatives focused on sustainability, smart housing, and diaspora engagement. So there is a whole lot that this person has in his bag. So IT please can also have the other persons that are involved in GTEX in GTEX Holdings and also in Gvest. So this meeting cannot commence without me mentioning the person of our chairman, Dr. Stephen Akintayo. I was thinking someone would be excited. If you are excited to be in this meeting, let me see those fire emojis keep coming in. Let me see those stickers. So Dr. Stephen Akintayo, he is the chairman of GTEX Holdings, and here we have Mr. Rana Ijaz, who is the CEO of Gvest and also the GCEO of GTEX Holdings. So among our midst here, we have Miss Bukola Lukon. She is the GCOO of GTEX Holdings. And as I mentioned earlier, Mr. Farouq Usman, the right man for this mission. And my humble self here, Tony Ajiboye, representing. So without much ado, I would like to introduce the man of the day, the man we've been waiting for, Mr. Farouq Usman. Mr. Farouq Usman, over to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Tony, for that wonderful introduction. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Farouq Usman. I'm the MD of GVES. And this meeting is done for so many reasons. The first thing we are doing is also introduce me to you all as our clients. And over the years, GVES has tried to serve people in terms of creating investment opportunities and portfolio for all our clients. And we're moving to a new phase, there's a new age. And this is what I'm brought in to not only represent the company, but also represent all our investors, which is you. And today I'm here to introduce myself to the team, to all our investors in diaspora, those that are interested in our Nigerian cooperative society, and those that are also investors with us here in diaspora market, particularly our US investment. To tell you about what next is, what GVES is all about, what our rebranding structure is going to look at, what it is that you as investors is going to are going to gain from us, right? What are new innovations that are coming up for GVES that is going to affect every one of you? And first of all, I want to also thank the chairman, Dr. Stephen Akintayo, for his confidence in me to lead this subsidiary forward, and also the confidence every one of our clients have had in us over the past years. So thank you so much for joining us on this meeting. And I'd like to meet every one of you. So if you can just tell us your name and where you are joining us from, that will also be of help so I can address every one of us by name. My name is Farouk. I'm joining from Lagos. So you can type on the chat box, just tell us where you're joining us from. If you're a GVES investor, or whether you're an investor with us in our cooperative society, that's a Nigerian investment, or you are an investor with us in our US investment. So I'd like to meet everyone of you. So can you just tell us your name, where you're joining us from, so I can better know how to address every one of us. So during this training, we're also going to take some Q&A to listen to any questions you have, any concerns you have about GVES, anything that you need clarity on. But just to further, before we get to that, I'd like to talk a little bit more about GVES and what we are here for. So technically, we can move to the next slide. So for us in GVES, our goal is to empower people and give people different investment opportunities and portfolios to grow their wealth. We are actually expanding to over 200,000 investors by the year 2027, and not only give them access to different ways to multiply their wealth, but also tell them that there's so much you can do from where you are in the world. Many of us have gathered wealth, and we have to find different ways to multiply that wealth. We tell people that real estate is only vehicle that can help you to grow your wealth, build your wealth, multiply your wealth, and serve as a weapon of what of transferring wealth from generations to generations. And this is why GVES is here. Not only for that purpose, to become a vehicle for you. So we have a diverse group of investors, those that are looking to invest in little amounts, those that are looking to invest in higher amounts. Those are part of our cooperative just to share knowledge, to share connections, to impact people. And this is what Gvest is all about. And we are focusing on active ownership in strategy, real estate, agriculture, technology, low risk, mid risk, high risk investment. And then we are creating an investment ecosystem that fosters community participation, cross border ownership, and transparent value growth, bridging the gap between traditional real estate investment and innovative cooperative models. And like I said before, GVS in Nigeria is a cooperative society. And cooperative means that every one of us here are all cooperative members. We're all team members. We're all together. We're in an ecosystem. And so many of us may have invested individually, but I just want to let you know that there's a huge team ready to help with your goals, ready to help with your needs. And this is why we are improving our processes, we're improving our digitalization, we're improving different products that we're bringing into the market. Some of the things we are bringing to the market is digitalized onboarding and reporting tools for seamless investment tracking. Later today, our head of IT will be telling us today on how we're improving our GVS app. For some of you that have been investing with us, it's good news that some of you are able to track your investment with us. And we're looking at different ways to digitalize it. How can we have investment in such a way that you don't have to call the office, you don't have to talk to someone before your investment is sent to you, your ROI is sent to you, before your capital is returned back to you. So we're looking at a digitalized onboarding and reporting process whereby you are seeing your investments, you are tracking it. At the end of everything, all it's credited back to your account automatically. I thought you always say that is good. You believe this is a very good innovation, just write good innovation. So I can know we are talking to those that understand the innovation we're talking about. The second thing we're also bringing to GVest is an expanded property pipeline. So a lot of you must have invested with us with just the sole aim of converting your investment into return on investment. But it's now good news is that apart from that, you can now invest in those properties like others have done. So not only are you investing in properties in Nigeria, you're also investing in properties in the US, in Dubai, where we moved to Qatar this year. By the middle of next month, we'll be in Qatar again, opening a new office. It's also exposing you to an expanded property pipeline that you can also invest with. And you can now invest in different things. So a property can be worth $250,000, $200,000, $500,000. But because you are part of our cooperative society, you can own what we call fractional ownership in these properties. And these are the different improvements that we're bringing to GVest that will focus on ensuring that all our deals are quite transparent and all our clients are able to invest and get their return on investment. The third thing we're also doing is how do we ensure that our community is well engaged through investor education, participation in decision makings? How do we ensure that each of our clients, either our investors, have a say in our own process? How do we ensure that those of you that are top of your field, you are joining our corporate board of governance, you are seeing how we are investing on our funds, you are seeing how we are making this money, you are able to share your own insights, give your own value. And this is why we're having this style of meeting. It's part of our enhanced community engagement. So listen to feedback between you as investors. Some of you are top of people in your field. You are in oil and gas, you are in medicine, you are in engineering, you are in political offices, you are in different aspects of your careers. We're also having enhanced community engagement so that you can actually educate us on how we can move forward as a subsidiary, as a company, and as a cooperative. And the other things we're also looking at is how do we ensure we have transparency and accountability to you. And this is why we have blockchain-backed corporate governance coming up in our newest innovation, just so that we can be transparent, see how you do things with AI, how can you invest with us, track your investment, withdraw at your own will, withdraw at your own peril, without talking to a third party, a customer service agent, without talking to EDMB before your results are paid. And these are the little innovations that we're bringing to GVest that will make us more customer-centric, that will make you enjoy your investment with us. And this is why I decided to share this video. So the next part of this will talk about how we generate funds, our core products. And our core products for your investment is our real estate investment. And it's designed to deliver consistent returns on long-term wealth creation for our cooperative members. We tell people on different ways you can invest. As an investor, you are either investing in low-risk investment. Those are your insurance, your stock. In fact, stock is moving from low risk to high risk because stock right now can go up, can go down. Tesla shares are increasing, are reducing. But stocks are also government bonds as well, are also ways of having low risk investment. And I tell people mid risk investment is real estate because the risk here is low, but the returns are also high across time. So you can buy property, invest with GBS. Those are also what we call mid-risk investment. The third part is your high-risk investment, which is your forex. Um, Forex basically is high-risk investment. Whatever is promising you higher than 30% per annum is categorized as high-risk investment. And for us here at GBS, we ensure we play within the mid-risk and the low-risk investment. That way, each of your funds are well backed by insurance, which is our real estate portfolio, and ensuring that all your funds are being put into good use. And we have strategically managed and acquired different investment properties in Nigeria, in the US, targeting high growth locations and undervalued opportunities. What does this mean? Over the years, GTEX Holdings, particularly at GTEX Land and GTEX Homes, who we channel these investments through, have found ways to buy properties in locations that have high return on investment over a long period of time. For example, in the past, we bought properties in the locations like Ibejuleki, where we sold to some of our clients for as low as 1.5 million in 2018. And 5 years down the line, a coastal road is passing through that same location. Properties have moved from 1.5 million to as high as 30 million, 40 million. These are where investment is challenging to. The ability of GVES to now resell those properties now gives us confidence to be able to pay your returns. Also, for our properties that we have in the US, that will provide a breakdown on how that looks like. We're able to invest in locations that are undervalued, low entry point, and in a period of 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, we're able to flip that property into high profit, pay back your returns, and pay back your capital. And this is why intentionally our tenure for GBS has been for minimum of 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, so that it can give us enough time to regenerate what? Regenerate those returns, convert it into ROI, and pay you back in terms of profit. And this is why GBS Cooperative is focused only on profit sharing. We don't see you as clients, we don't see you as investors. We see you as co-owners, we see you as shareholders. Right? What we do here is profit sharing in a way that we have structured in such a way that we are promising you a certain return on investment you are getting on your returns. That way you can withdraw your capital at the end of the tenure and then you can also reinvest. So that's why our cooperative operates in a member-owned investment platform, legally registered and structured to ensure every investor becomes a part owner. And each member are able to invest an amount of investments, which you take as your shares, represent a particular equity and ownership of rights in this of our estate. I was talking to some of our clients over the weeks, and if I've called you as a client, I must have spoken to you and explained what our process is about. Some of you have invested in our Nigerian properties, and each of your investments is backed by land. So you're investing in Nigeria. Perhaps the insurance we're using for your land is backing a property in Ikorodu, or backing a property in Ekpe, backing a property in Abuja, backing a property in Ibejuleki. What does that mean? At the end and maturity of investment, you can decide to flip that same investment and purchase the same property at the current market rate. That way you can grow your funds to be able to buy property in Nigeria or in diaspora. Some of you have been invested in our property in this, like our property we have in Bushare, we have a construction project starting next month in Tidwell. You can convert your investment to buy a stake, a property in that same investment. And the goal is to ensure the way we are multiplying, you are also multiplying as an investor with us. You're also able to receive periodic dividends based on cooperative performance. As our cooperatives tend to grow, you are also growing in wealth. We're also looking at if we're able to increase our portfolio, we're able to go back to you and even give you more return on investment, depending on how large our cooperative is able to grow. And this is how we generate funds. This is how we raise our capital. We raise capital again through membership subscription, investment packages, crowdfunding campaigns for our projects. For example, when we launched our US investment two years ago, we started raising a minimum of our target was to raise $2 million. And we'll be glad to know that currently we have a proposal to increase our crowdfunding to $20 million that we're raising for our next project. I thought you all clap. So if you believe this is a good news, good news. You may not understand what this means. It means that in the US, we are filed with SEC. We're a SEC filed company in the US, which means our Gvest USA is filed with SEC in the US, where the limit of $2 million to be able to raise. That's why you can see over time became less aggressive when we hit our limits. So right now we had approval to increase our fundraising capacity to as high as $20 million. What does that mean for you as an investor? Number one, what that means is that you can have more people to invest with us. Number two, it means we can now lay our hands on more projects to move on to generate more capital. Number three, it means that you have more portfolios you can now get. So before you may be limited to only a project in Berkshire, but because we have increased our share capital to $20 million, you can now invest in our project in Tidwell. You can invest in our project that we have in our office. You can invest in new land that we're acquiring in Richmond, new land we're acquiring around Houston. That gives us more diversified investment. The last part is that we can now have more profit to share. And because of this, we're able to start a new project in Tidwell. We're able to build 24 units of one bedroom, two bedroom apartments, lease it out as Airbnb, make enough money to pay each of you as our dividend owners, as our investors, and share profit. So this is good news of expansion. We're also having in terms of GTEX Holdings and GVES in the US. We're able to also reinvest some of these in successful projects and start new projects. So these are how we are able to multiply investment, share our capital, and generate ROI for all of you as our clients, our customers, and as our partners. Fund utilization strategies. A lot of people have been asking, how do we share? How do we use our funds? So our model is simple. Anything we generate in Nigeria stays in Nigeria. Anything we generate in the US stays in the US. That way, all the funds that we generate in our US investment is used for only our US projects. For example, we have a 99-acre project we're having in Jasper, Berkshire, where we are building condominium apartments, single family homes, we are building townhouses, we're putting a golf course in about 20 acres on that same property. Not only are we building on that, we're also selling in retail and in wholesale value in terms of plots and in acres to investors all over the world. So you may decide to diversify your investments. You love what we have done in Nigeria, how we're able to buy properties. Remember when I said we buy properties that are undervalued, we we increase the value of that same property, and then we either resell or we build on over a space of 3 years and 5 years. You love our model, you want to be a part of it. Not only do you want to contribute as a shareholder, you also want to own those properties. So we have the opportunity for you to buy into those properties like we have in Jasper Brookshire, like we have in Tidwell. You can invest in those projects, we build houses, and then we do what? We share profit. Other utilization of the properties that we have in Nigeria, like we said, like we have in Berio, we have in Sabios. This year alone, we're able to launch 4 different properties in Nigeria. And our goal is to launch an additional 8 properties in Nigeria. This has been nothing possible by your investments. You're able to invest through the GS Cooperative Society. And we count that as a success for us as a cooperative. Not only are we able to generate funds, we're able to assist our sister company, GTEX Land, GTEX Homes for expansion. And what do they do for us? We pay us returns in returns, and we also pay you as well. The final part we're also doing with our investments is that we have expanded into agriculture through our sister company called GTEX Farms that are now focusing on agriculture. We had the flagship project that we launched last year, whereby we're able to give members like you who is to subscribe to our DevPit program. What does that mean? It means you are able to buy food stuff, whether it is rice, millet, chicken, at the rate during middle of the year than they will sell during the end of the year. What does this mean? Towards the end of December, food prices tend to increase. But as cooperative members, what we'll be able to do throughout last year was to ensure our cooperative members are able to buy this food stuff at a cheaper rate in August and get delivered to them in December. Not only are we able to do that, we're able to give you a subscription plan. Maybe you're paying 10,000 every week, you're paying 100,000 every month on different packages. For some of you that own businesses, you want to give out souvenirs at the end of the year. You want to give out your clients, maybe you're ordering 100 bags of rice, 200 bags of rice. We're able to give you at the prevailing market rate in August, so that when the time it gets more expensive in September, November, December, with our subscription model, you are able to do that. These are other benefits of being a cooperative member, also gives you the cheapest. Next. So expanding our agricultural business also gives you other ways to get this kind of improvement, this kind of portfolio with us as cheapest. The final part we're also looking at is our relaunch of our Gvest app. Um, and I would like our IT manager to discuss more about this. If you have any questions, I would love you to ask those questions. You can type on our Q&A. By the time we get to our Q&A time, we'll discuss more. So there are a lot of freebies, there are a lot of things coming up to Gvest, and I'd like our head of IT, Mr. Joe, to take us up on what the Gvest app is going to look like. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, my able MD, Mr. Farouq. Uh, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joseph, and I'm the head of IT for Gvest Cooperative. Right. So, at Gvest Cooperative, one of the things we pride ourselves is, or one of the things we pride ourselves on is being a digital cooperative, right? So, now as a digital cooperative, we try our best and we do our best to make sure that our clients, our investors, our users get the best experience with the application, in terms of functionality, in terms of UI, and all and the like, in terms of technology. Yeah. So we try to use the most recent and the most updated technologies in our system to bring to you the best of the best. Right. So here I'm talking about the relaunch of the Gvest mobile application. And our investors can attest to the fact that yes, our application is actually useful to them, where they can monitor their investments, know when their ROI is due, know when their capital is due, or when their investments are matured or immature, and then carry out a lot of other stuff, just as my MD mentioned, the DFP, the savings, right? So we at Gvest have we've gotten some feedback from our users, from our investors, from our clients, and with that, we've worked on optimizing and improving our Gvest application. And our Gvest application will be relaunched on the 1st of July 2025, God's willing. And so quickly, I just want to read through some major information you need to know about the Gvest application, right? Now, the Gvest app, it's a real estate investment application that you can have at your fingerprint. Now, experience the future of real estate investment with the Gvest app, your smart companion for building wealth through fractional real estate. So we have friendly UI, we have real-time updates, we have secure transactions, fractional investment access, and then transparency and control. Now, to break these points one after the other, I would like to start with the interface. Let's see. Now, when we launch the application, one of the major things you notice is a very user-friendly interface, right? Because yes, as we all know, when you have a friendly or user-friendly interface, you tend to interact more with the system or the platform, right? Then the next point is real-time update. Now, with real-time update, what we mean here is you get a daily update, a daily breakdown in terms of your investment savings, your target savings, your cooperative, your DFP, your loans, like everything that has to do with our operations will be updated on the application, right? On our system, both the mobile and the web application, right? Then now with real-time updates, you will get to give you updates on what we have coming for in terms of say maybe a launch of a property or the sort of that. Say we are having an event, anything we have coming up will be updated to you via our notifications or via our email notifications, all from the application, right? Then we have secure transactions. So one of the major functionalities that we'll be introducing in the relaunch is a secured means of transactions for our users, for our clients, for our investors, right? We are providing you with, when I mean secure, I mean the best of the best in terms of security, cyber security, any form of security that you want to talk about, right? So we've made sure that we've secured all our transactions or our activities end to end. such that any financial or any sort of transaction you want to perform on our system, you can be rest assured that we have our security checks, our security measures put in place to make sure that no one gets access to what you're doing, no one has access to your transactions, your accounts, your profile. We are key on security, right? And this also we've done this considering the type of or the issues that people face regularly from hackers and the rest of them, right? So we've implemented these security measures by using advanced encryptions and trusted payment gateways, right? Then next, we are bringing in the fractional investment access. Now, with the fractional investment access, you can invest in our premium properties. And the keyword here is premium properties. We don't just sell regular properties, we sell premium properties, right? To our investors, to our clients. With as little as 5 million naira, you can key into an investment plan or investment opportunity that you can see on the application, right? And on this application, we provide the different investment plans that we have, different investment options, different investment features. Now, when I say different investment, we're talking about if you want to invest in our US property, you can do that through the Gvest application. If you want to invest in our Naira plan, you can do that through the Gvest application. If you want to have like a target savings where you feel okay, you want to discipline yourself financially, set goals, and then have a target savings, you can do that through the Gvest application. If you want a flexible saving plan, yes, you can do that through the Gvest application, right? And then you want to focus on being just a cooperative member. With our guidelines and the cooperative rules that we've put in place, you can, after being a cooperative member for a while, you can apply for loans, right? It could be your business loan, your personal loan, whatever it is, provided you meet our criteria. Yes, we are ready to fund you, provide you with a loan. You can access that through the Gvest application. And then, just as my MD mentioned earlier, DEFP, it's also one of the benefits of being a cooperative member of Gvest, right? You get access to subsidized food items or foodstuffs at the time when prices are rising the most. At the festive seasons, could be November, December, you are getting your foodstuff at the rate for August, July, and all. So that is also one of the things that you can carry out on the Gvest application. Then you get to monitor your savings and monitor your investments. And when I say monitor, like you get to see updates on, okay, if you're saving for a particular duration, how much you're earning on a daily basis. If you are investing for a particular duration, you see how much you're earning on a daily basis. We drop updates to provide you with transparency and then control. Now, when in terms of control, you get to view our project details, monitor the progress of what we're doing, and then receive regular reports, right? So, and the major thing here, one of the major focus we're trying to achieve with the relaunch is to give you, the users, you, our investors, you, our clients, more control over your resources with us, right? Yes, we understand that, yes, you have trusted us enough to invest with us. So, but then we do not, we try to be as transparent as we can be. So our tool to achieve this transparency and control to you as the user is through the Gvest application. So I would advise you look forward to our relaunch. You look out for emails, text messages, updates that will be sent to you. And you can do well to go on to any Play Store of your choice. Could be Play Store for Android and the App Store for iOS. So I think that being said, that comes to I think yeah, what all our users and our investors and our clients should be expecting on the relaunch of our application. Right. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Joe. Can you spotlight me so they can see the next slide? I'm quite excited about the Gvest app because what that Gvest app does for every one of our investors is to see and track their investment. Currently, the app is currently growing, and we've onboarded some of our clients. Some of our clients are able to track their investment, see the maturity date, see what the progress is. So you know that they can watch that digitalized investment grow across time. And we're not only staying there, we're not limiting it to that. Our goal is to increase our members. Like I said, we're a family, we're a digitalized cooperative. And if you know the power of what a cooperative can do, there's so much more you can get than just being an investor. And part of it was having access to loans for your businesses. How do you grow your businesses? How do you expand your businesses? Because you're a cooperative as well, the good news is that you can also leverage on some of our offices that we have outside the country, right? So by the time we roll out some of these products, some of our investors that have done a minimum of 50 million and above can have access to some of our offices in Qatar, can have an invite to some of our offices in the US, have some of our offices in the UK, in Nigeria, also giving you leverage to have office spaces, have meetings in great offices in Banana Island in Korea as well. It also helps you whenever we're going on trips are different innovative measures where we are bringing to our cooperative so that can allow you to get so much more than your money. Remember, some of the goal of GVS is to expand frontiers, lead to also grow in terms of investment. There's so much more that you can do with your money besides investment with us as well. So you can only allow other products we're also bringing is how can you also have target savings for your children as well, for those that are in school? How can you start towards a certain need? Perhaps you have a your 50th birthday coming up. With GVS, you can save towards that. You have a new school you want to build. You want to send your children to school. You can save towards those certain target savings. And these are unique things you can do with that GVS app coming up. We also have what we call the G Save, which means you can be saving a certain amount and withdraw at the expense of after 1 year. We have a G Lock whereby you can lock up some funds and keep topping up. Not only are you able to save and lock up, you can get interest on the savings that you're also having with us. These are several products that we're going to launch by the beginning of next half of the year. We're looking at launching up towards the third quarter of the year. And by the first week of June, by the first week of July, we'll be looking at launching some of these things to our newly improved GVS app. So there's so much more you can do with us in GVS, and we're quite excited to move into the next innovation. Also, as a client, as an investor with us, you can start from now. We currently have our current GVS platform you can see onboard into. What does that do? You see your current investment that you have with us. You track your current investment savings. You see your current maturity. By the time we are done on our new GVS app in July, you'll be able to withdraw your investment from the app itself, right? You'll be able to withdraw your investment directly from the app without talking to a third party. You're able to look at your investment. You're able to top it up. You're able to have it at your own little microfinance bank. You can have access to loan. You can have access to HMO, just as a cooperative member in Nigeria and also in diaspora as well. So these are just some of the products that we also have. You're able to also buy projects in bits. The goal of GVS Cooperative is also to expand in such a way that we own our own property. So perhaps you are saving towards a reason. You can start buying little units in, let's say we have a joint venture operation. We are building 10 units of self-contained apartments. You can buy a fraction of that and be getting rental income on those projects. This is the goal that we have for everyone as a cooperative member. You can save, you can invest, you can diversify, you can get into fractional ownership, fractional investment, you can save, you can invest in dollars, you can invest in naira, you can also invest in dirhams and also in riyals. In our project portfolio we're having in Qatar as well, you can also get return on investment in different products like that. So these are the expansion of what we are doing here in GVest, and this is the opportunity for you to also partner with us. So you can invest for as little as $10,000, as little as 10 million naira if you are investing in naira and in dollars, and then you can expand. Other things some investors are also asking is that can they top up their investment? Yes. We also have clients that are able to top up their investment. In fact, I have some that paid with $10,000 in our US. They've gone as high as $50,000. We're able to top it up. Not only that, we're also able to increase their return of investment. There's something Dr. Stephen said. He says the higher your risk appetite, the more you actually get in returns. And then this is just a Nigerian investment that we're having at the moment. for as little as 5 million naira, you are able to get 22% across 18 months, which means at the end of your 3 years tenure, you must have gotten 44% return on your investment. If you are doing 10 million naira, across 3 years, you've gotten half of that return back to you, getting as high as 15 million returns after 3 years, right? You get 15 million naira at the end of 3 years, you are making 8.4 million naira as your interest. You invest 20 million, you are able to make 12.4 million naira at the end of 3 years. 30 million gives you as high as 20.4 million naira at the end of 3 years. And you are doing as high as 100 million naira. After 3 years, you have gotten a whooping 80% across 3 years. These are the offers that we have for those of you that decided to increase your investment. And this offer expires in 2 days. As you have only 48 hours to increase your investment. So some of you must have been on the 5 million at the moment. You're currently on 10 million naira and you want to top up your investment. You can go, yeah, you can go back to now. Yes, you can top up your investment. If you add up to it, you'll be able to qualify to get extra 6% ROI on your current investment. For those of you that are investing in dollars as well, the minimum of $10,000, you're able to get 12% across 18 months. That will ensure that we're able to pay you in a mid-risk investment. Right? Typically, we have to promise returns that we can give back and are able to communicate what these returns are being done. Some of these are able to even provide long-term investments, and that's why I do more of 3 years, 4.5 years, 6 years, so that those investments are able to mature. The goal of what we're having in Gvest is such a way that we're happy to give you investment opportunities that will not result in a Ponzi scheme. And I tell people, what is a Ponzi scheme? A Ponzi scheme are people that provide you high return on investment. I had some people that have 50% per annum, and I shook my head. If you get 50% per annum, there's no investment you can do, let's say, that is guaranteed to give you 50%, because in that 50%, you are going to pay commissions, you're going to pay your staff, you're going to pay your structure, you're going to have your capital. How can you afford to pay 50% return on investment in 1 year? These are signs that are already investing in Ponzi scheme. In fact, anything higher than 30% per annum is already flagged as high risk investment. And real estate is mid risk and low risk. And this is why it's important you invest in safer securities like Gvest that can actually commit to it and actually communicate on when you are going to get your return on investment. So this offer is available for the next 48 hours. To reach out, there's a phone number to reach out to. You can reach out to +2348099990864, or you can send us an email to invest@gvestglobal.com. We're able to respond to your emails, or you can also reach out to the phone number +2348092255133, and there'll be someone directly to inquire and give you a response to all your inquiries. You can move to the next slide, please. Okay, so I spoke about our US operations. In the US, we have some clients that have subscribed to our US investment, but the land in the US is still available. So while your money also multiplies, I also encourage people that you send Gvest, invest in some properties to give return on investment. Why not also invest in that same properties they're investing in? What do you get? Number one, you get return on investment you have invested before. Number two, you are also able to own a piece of that same land at this current price. And the opportunity I'm giving those of us here is to invest in at least one plot. One plot you can buy for 40,000. They are spreading your payments in 1 year, and you are paying in installments. You can pay levels of $10,000 every month. You pay $2,500. At the end of 1 year, you own a plot in a luxury service plot called Jasper Group Share in the US, or you can pay outright for $30,000. I tell people, you have $100,000, diversify your investment, diversify. Put 70,000 or 60,000 into investment, use 40,000 to buy land. What does that do? You are insured in 2 different ways. 30 years. Your $40,000 they are putting into the land can also grow in that same 5 year period. That same land of 40,000 can be worth 80,000, can be worth 100,000, can be worth $120,000. These are ways you are able to diversify your investment, diversify your portfolio. So if you invested, why not buy land? You bought a land, why not invest? That way you are able to diversify. You invested in a Nigerian property. Why not invest in our US property? You bought in a Nigerian land, why not buy in a US land? That way you are investing and diversifying in different economies. So whatever happens, something goes bad, the other one is able to recover for the losses that you've had. And I tell people every investment is a risk, even though it's a 1% risk. Every investment is a risk. It's a risk. Even saving your money in the bank is a risk. Last year, a old bank was delisted from central bank, right? And it took a lot of time for them to get their money back. It's also a risk. It's also a risk. Getting a loan is also a risk. Even we as we are, we're also taking a risk as getting some people as investors. We're also taking a risk having people as cooperative members. We're also taking a risk giving people loans as well. But the higher your risk appetite, the more you are able to what to get. A lot of people lost their money in CBEX, knowing very well that it was a risk. Do you understand what I'm saying? But thank you so much for taking your own hard-earned money to print into Gvest because you understand we're able to minimize your risk and pay your return on investment over a period of time. So you can invest in our US properties. An acre is selling for $300,000. We were able to give you $150,000 for you to pay across 1 year. Mr. Olatuji, know someone that invested in CBEX. Yes, in our company that invested in CBEX. The guys on the financial literacy they are giving. But what did you tell them? Tell us. He told us that the return on investment we were promising was very, very enticing. Was very enticing. Do Gvest, he said no. Do this, he said no. But the one that will give them 50% in 2 months is what they wanted to do. Next slide, please. So you're able to buy at $300,000 per acre, but we're willing to give you $150,000 per acre. You can spread across a year. This is the project we're having in the US. For some of our are asking, what do we invest in when we're in the US? This is a property that we have in Goshen. It's a 99-acre property. Here you can actually own individual plots. Can you move to the next slide so they can see what we're doing? In this property, we are putting a golf course. So if you are buying a plot, you are either buying a plot that is directly facing the river that we are creating an artificial lake, or you are facing the golf course that we are also having. And this property is a property where we currently are working on in the US. We're working on the planning approval to start building. And in the next 18 months, we'll start site and service where we are putting out infrastructure. And I'm saying this timeline so people can understand what the process is. So that is why intentionally we are not paying people every year in the US. You give us 18 months so that we can, in turn, look for a way for this investment to go back into the business. That way, we are not struggling to pay you when the business has started bringing returns. But the good news is that we have a new project we're starting next month in Tidwell. That is a 24-unit apartment we're using for Airbnb. It's actually 12 minutes from Push International Airport, 15 minutes away from downtown Houston. And this is quite strategic for us. Why? The World Cup is coming in 2026 to America, and 8 different World Cup matches will be played in downtown Houston. What does that mean? You have different days people are looking for Airbnb, looking for places to stay, looking for hotels. Many of them want to be closer to the airport, and we're directly in front of a major road. That way, there's more visibility. Our units are fully booked for the next 1 year, fully booked, right? So these are ways we're able to, in turn, generate income to pay back those of you that invested in us in the US, and also, of course, our Nigerian business is doing well for that as well. Next slide, please. So you can decide to invest in that. The good news is that we've paid over $1 million in returns and capital to investors in the year 2024. I thought you all clap for Gvest. We were able to pay over $1 million paid in returns and capital by the year 2024. So we paid returns to people in Nigeria, paid returns to people in Ireland, and also accumulatively over $1 million which is paying since Gvest has been in existence as per account in 2024. Next slide, please. These are some of the ROI we're able to pay people. 1 million ROI, 2 million ROI, 9 million ROI. And these are different testimonials of people that have gotten their return on investment while running on a business whereby we're able to communicate to our clients and communicate whatever challenges we're having. Particularly when income is quite limited, we're able to communicate to our clients that this is what we are going through. this is when we are going to pay you, and we're able to pay in due time, right? We give you a commitment, we're paying you at the final day of the month. We ensure we pay you at that same time. Paying you next month, we ensure we pay you next month. You get that? And then for one reason or the other, you need to reach out to you. I'll reach out to you personally. Send us an email. I will call you personally. I'm going to call some of our new clients, introduce myself to you all. And that's why I also having this one-on-one meeting with all our investors, with all our clients on what you need to do when you're actually here with Gvest and Gvest. Um, some of the FAQ you have with some of our clients is what's the guarantee I will not lose my investment, my money on this investment? And we tell people that all investment is all asset backed. Like I said, for those of you that invested in a cooperative in Nigeria, each of your property, each of your investment is backed with an asset and a property that we have here in Nigeria. For those of you that invest with us in the US, each of our US is actually backed with our project we're actually having in the US as well. So in case of anything, we call it force majeure. No one knew there was something called COVID going to come on that will cause a global lockdown in 2020, right? In case of any other thing, we're able to pay you back because the real thing is that money can disappear. Money can disappear, right? But an asset cannot disappear. What am I saying? No matter what happens, whether there's a World War II, World War III, a global meltdown, global recession, a real estate property will forever return. Even if the houses is destroyed, the land still remains. Provided it's not for farming, right? In some cases, you need to use that soil farming. But that land is still available. And they are not making land anymore. They are not making any land anymore. This is why there's no safest way as a backup or guarantee than the land itself. That's why each of GVest is also having an asset-backed investment to always fall back for every one of us. With documents we provided to me after investment, of course, we'll be giving you a receipt. The documents are there to also protect you in case of anything that happens in the future. You are able to take that same document and reclaim your money from us. How often can you withdraw? Of course, your ROI is paid periodically as you have agreed when you invested. Some people decide to say, Gvest, keep my money, keep my ROI, keep my capital to the end of my tenure. At the end of my tenure, I want to collect. In fact, we have some people that say, oh yeah, my money has finished, pay me this and reinvest this. Okay, I like your new land they are selling me in Abuja. Why not give me a land with this? Right? So these are different ways you can liquidate your investment with us. The ROI, some of you are saying the ROI of the dollar is low. The ROI is not low. Currently, interest rate in America is about 5%, 6%. We are not going to pay more than what the interest rate is. So what I've been doing, we're able to pay as high as 6%, 7%, 8%, 9%, 10% per annum, depending on what you are investing in. Right. So we're able to reward people with the higher your investment, right? The higher the ROI we're able to pay you. So what happens if you cannot pay my money back? So far, we're able to pay all our investors back, all of them. But in any case scenario where either giving you asset back and you decide you still don't want that asset, we're able to liquidate that same asset, or you give us a bit of time. Maybe it's 3 months to be able to liquidate that same asset and pay you back the returns. Remember, like I said, real estate is an investment that you can never go wrong. So regardless of what happens, you are going to get your return. I've had a lot of people start real estate, sorry, that start investment and promise high return investment. So what happens is that as people are investing, the new investment they are getting, they are able to pay people their ROI, they are able to pay people their capital. Before you know it, you have more people willing to get their ROI and capital than those investing. Before you know it, the pack up shop will disappear the run. But you cannot hold them accountable. Why? Your real estate and or your investment is not backed by anything. There's no asset to back it up. In fact, you are seeing them be doing advert, paying people, but what are you using this money for? Some will say they are investing in farm. Where is the farm? Some are saying they are investing in real estate. Where is the real estate? Where are your locations? Where is your land? Where is your house? Where is the progress report? But the fact they are getting returns, okay, but along the line, many of them have crashed. And I tell people, the ones that promise you heaven and earth will pay you this, will pay you that, they are the ones that end up disappointing you because there is no asset to back the investment you are having with them. So four of us, this is what we use our investment in. We ensure that we stay lower than 30%. So we're having mid-risk investments. We're showing you This is the land. For some of the land that we're having now, we're able to tell you that 3 years ago when you're investing with us, we only had, for example, 10 plots here. But because you're investing with us, we're able to have 50 plots, 20 plots, 30 plots, 100 plots. And we're able to serve so many clients. Apart from that, we're also able to expand as a company and give back to the society. We're able to this month is actually our 17th anniversary. We're 17 years as a holdings company. Gvest is lesser than that, but as a holdings company, we've been giving back to society for the past 17 years. We just fed over 1,000 widows just 2 weeks back. This is not possible without you as our investors, for those that have bought into land, bought into housing. As a cooperative, you can take a pride and say we also fed part of those 1,000 widows, right? So this is what our profit is, and we give you your own in terms of outright. The rest we give back, we pay our staff, and everyone is happy. Can I request for my capital before the maturity date? So for us to be able to expand, this is a fixed investment. What does that mean? We intentionally make this a fixed investment. That way we are able to take your money and do what? And multiply it and pay you back. But if you say for one reason or the other, we have agreed 3 years, you want to collect your capital back after 1 year, that is a problem. Why? We are not keeping money in the bank. It's as we sell, we pay you. As we expand, we pay you. Right? So it's going to attract a 30% deduction in the administration fee. Because we want to liquidate an asset that has not matured. That is a loss on us. Take it for example now, you invest 100 million with us. And we have projected that 100 million is good to acquire, let's say, 10 acres of land somewhere. And we are projected in 3 years, that's going to give us, let's say, a certain percentage. We're able to recover this certain percentage and pay you back. And then 6 months down the line, you tell us that you want your money back. What do? We have to liquidate that 100 million from somewhere and take losses that we have not predicted. So we have to share the loss. The same way we'll have shared the profit when it is matured. It's the same way we share the loss because we not allow that amount to mature. And this is why we are going to charge 30% for administration charges. I hope that is quite explained. How am I supposed to trust you enough before I could invest with your company? Well, there's something that we say, if you do not trust us to not invest, that is fine. You do not trust us enough to not invest. Like I said, every investment is a risk. Putting your money in the bank, saving your money is a risk because you save 1 million naira today to the end of the year. At the end of the year, the bank will give you 1,010,000 naira because they remove bank charges. In fact, sometimes you save 1 million naira at the end of the year, you get 9 million, 9 something. The bank is trading with your money. They are trading with your money. So what you use 1 million naira to buy at the beginning of 2024 is not what you use 1 million naira to buy at the end of 2025. So you are not even supposed to trust your bank because they are trading your money and they are not giving anything in return. But we are saying, give us this 1 million naira. Of course, we are not taking 1 million naira. Minimum is 5 million. Give us this 1 million naira. We are going to give you, let's say, 12%. At the end of the year, you are getting 1,120,000. It's a win-win for us. The same risk you have putting your money in the bank is the same risk that you can give us. We're also saying you don't trust us, no problem. But you trust us enough. We have a phenomenal chairman for Team Nakintayo that started business with 1,000 naira. You don't know what it is. People ask us, why are we GTEx? The text in GTEx is for the first business we've done. The first business we started with was a bulk SMS business, text message. Right? From that, we're able to own so many campaigns in the year 2020. Sorry, we started our business 17 years ago, and we're able to expand, right? In 2011, we're one of the biggest digital marketing companies in Nigeria. We handle so many presidential campaigns, Goodluck Jonathan, President Buhari. In fact, there's a whole story about that, how PSS came to say you supported one, that's a whole problem entirely. But we have a chairman who was able to grow our business from the comfort, I won't even call it comfort, from the four walls of his room in the university and expand in such a way that we now have a real estate company, we have an investment company, we have a media company. We understand what it means to be selling popcorn on campus. So now have a conglomerate in 4 different continents in the world. In 17 years, no major scandal has been brought to GTEx. I don't know what other type of trust you want to transfer into us. If you're able to turn nothing to something, how much more? We're able to turn 1,000 naira to a company worth millions in dollars. How much more is 5 million naira? How much more is 10 million naira? How much more is 15 million naira? How much more is 20 million naira? So these are the facts that we'll be able to do across the years. Now, businesses have high and low, but the ability of a company to bounce back to its feet is what makes you a great company, right? 2023 was awarded first Best of Africa Recognition Award. Of course, Gvest is one of our subsidiary of Gvest Holdings. Another question we also get is, what do we use the money invested into? And I just showed us what it is. It's for funding our land, our housing project, our fractional ownership scheme. But the beautiful thing we are now doing, now that we are being more digital, is to be open to different types of diverse forms of investment, right? I discussed on three different ways you can invest: high risk investments, low risk, and mid risk. Investing with GVest, right, is a low mid risk investment. But for us, we're able to now dabble maybe 10% into high risk, 80% secured into mid risk, another 20% secured into low risk, by buying stocks in Tesla, buying stocks in different things, so that at the end of the year, you as cooperative members share dividends with us. Right? There are other projects we're also going to bring, whereby as an investor with us, you can still invest in smaller projects to buy a unit. Maybe you have some units that you're buying $10,000 per unit, and then we do that by equity, right? Whatever we make, we share equally. These are different products we're also bringing into GVS Cooperative. Like I said, it's a new dawn, it's a new era. By the time we go fully digitalized, right, with our partners, able to transact in dirhams, watch your app grow, your investment grow, you're able to see some of these projects that has been done. But to answer your question, we are working with landed properties in Nigeria, landed properties in the US, housing projects in Dubai as well, and also in Dubai. For more inquiries, talk to us. You can reach out to our official phone numbers, +234-8099906864. I also advise people to text us on WhatsApp, right? In case we're in meetings, we're on the move, we're out of the country. WhatsApp also a faster way to reach us on. You can also reach us on +234-8092255133. Again, +234 for those of you on Facebook, not on Zoom, 80922 55133. Our website is gvestglobal.com. If you have any inquiries, you can reach us to us on email at invest@gvestglobal.com. We run the 24/7 customer service because we are running the global network. Send us an email, invest@gvestglobal.com. You get a response within 2 hours, 30 minutes. I'm just going to put a caveat of maybe you have a lot of messages coming up. We're going to respond to your email as well. You can follow us on social media at Invest GVest Capital Global. We're at GVest Capital Global for you to reach us on social media. And that's for our Instagram. You can also go to our Facebook page, just search GVest Global. You see us on Facebook, and we're also on X as well. So follow us for any other inquiries. So I don't know if you have any other question. You can ask on the Q&A session, or you can type it on the chat box and we'll attend to you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for introducing the subsidiary and the new changes we're having with GVest. And over to you to our host, Mr. Tony.
Thank you so much, Mr. Farouq Usman, my able MD. That was super, super, super phenomenal. Thank you for taking your time to explain to us what we've done in time past, our track record, what we are doing, and also what we'll be introducing soon into the market. And for everyone, every of our prospect, every of our client that stayed from the beginning to this very moment, a big thank you. So you are the reason why we are in this town hall. Every one of us will definitely agree with me that it was worth it. So if it's worth it, kindly do well to send an emoji. Kindly do well to type on the comment section saying it was worth it, it was worth it, it was worth it. Thank you once again, Mr. Farouq Usman. It was really, really educational. Thank you to our amazing investors and clients. Thank you everyone for making this day memorable. So a whole lot was said. So watch out for the relaunch of our Gvest app shortly. It will be will communicate with you. So please don't snooze on this. And for every of our offers available, if I were you, I would not snooze on this. So myself, I'm also an investor with Gvest, so I know what I'm talking about, guys. This won't stay too long in the market. They don't make lands anymore. They don't make lands anymore, and you will not see offers that has been given today anywhere in the market. So deep down in your heart, conclude and give us a call. Let's do business together. In the next 2, 3, 4 years time, you'll be definitely happy that you trusted Gvest, that you did business with Gvest, and we'll all be celebrating at the end of the day. So thank you once again, lovely ones. I hope to see you in our next investors meeting or in our next town hall meeting. And also I'll be looking forward to as in a bigger crowd or a bigger number of persons. So do well to inform your friends and your neighbors about our next town hall meeting or our next investors meeting. It promises to be super exciting. I love every one of you. Stay fly. Bye for now.
Hello everybody, this is Bukola Adigbola and I am making this short testimony about Gvest. I have invested with them for the past 3 years and it's been a good time with them. They are very reliable, they are dependable, I have peace of mind and I have my return for my investment every year. And as they have said, they are very dependable, they have professionals, their staff are respectable, they are very professional, they are very loyal, they have integrity, and I have peace of mind. I am not sleeping and I'm like, hey, where is my money? What has gone on with my investment? This is just a short testimony. They are very reliable. I will forever do business with them. Thank you. Bye bye.